Abarth may not be a name that most would associate with a famous motorsport history. Yet, in Italy, in the early 50s, it was a name that's almost as well known as Ferrari and Maserati. Carlo Abarth was born in Austria, yet in his early 20s moved to Italy to follow his passion for motorsport. And in 1949, set up his own Abarth company to build small sports racing cars. He would soon start to specialise in tuning Fiat cars, racing mainly in the lower capacity division, and from 1965 to 1970, his little Abarth 1000TC won its class 5 times in the European Touring Car Championship, beaten only once by the Mini Cooper S. And I was there back in 1968 when the championship visited Thruxton, taking my own photos of these fascinating little machines, their rear engine covers propped open to improve cooling. In 1971, Carlo sold the company to Fiat, but his name has been associated with Fiat models ever since. Most recently, there have been the raucous 595 and 695 models, delighting enthusiastic drivers. And now they've moved into the future with what is arguably the first all-electric hot hatch, the Abarth 500e. Distinguished from the Fiat 500e by this very aggressive, dramatic front bumper, diamond-cut 18-inch rims, enhanced side skirts, the famous Scorpion logo. Scorpion because Carlos is a Scorpio, and a snazzy rear diffuser. Its 42.2 kilowatt-hour battery can produce 152 horsepower, which, when combined with 235 newton meters of instant torque, can launch the Abarth 500e to 62 in just 7 seconds, which is actually 0.3 of a second quicker than the 595 Competizione. So let's see what that feels like. Cruising along in the calming silence of electric driving, I can relax and appreciate the quality of the interior of this car. As is the Turismo version, we've actually got a lot of Alcantara, which I really like around the steering wheel. It's spread around the car. But they've got a nice big infotainment system here, touchscreen for some things, but I like the fact that it's got this row of tactile buttons underneath, so I can do all the climate control without having to prod at the screen when I'm driving along. There are 3 different driving modes, and we've started in Turismo. This is the economy mode, where the power is actually reduced to a maximum of 139 horsepower, which helps increase your range. There's also got the maximum amount of regen, so I'll lift off the throttle pedal, a lot of regen, recharging your batteries. But it's what they call single pedal drive. You can actually virtually come down to a standstill, trusting the regen to stop you. But it's a sort of a driving style which some will enjoy and some won't. It's something you have to get used to. From Turismo, you move up to Scorpion Street. Now here, as with the next mode, which is Scorpion Track, the steering gets a bit heavier, giving a bit more of a feel of fast cornering. The Scorpion Street, there's a little bit of regen, so again I've got that braking as we regen, but not as strong as it was in Turismo. Go up to Scorpion Track, same steering feel, and of course now we're back up to the full 152 horsepower, but now I've got much less regen, almost none at all, as I coast towards the back of the car in front of me. And these are just modes which you'll enjoy or not enjoy, and you can pick for yourself. Of course, I can't resist the odd stab of the throttle pedal just to feel that lovely instant torque. And sometimes I think electric car fans go on too much about their 0 to 62 times in 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Because let's face it, it's not that often you really want to blast to 62, and it's pretty uncomfortable for passengers as well. What I think about electric power is that torque like that, it's more for overtaking. It's a safer way to overtake because you can pull out, you're doing 40 following a tractor on a country road, and it's so easy then just to pull out, use that torque and minimise that overtaking distance. Way more important than your 0 to 62. The ride quality is, as you'd expect from a hot hatch, fairly firm, but not sort of jarring, sort of pleasant firmness, making you feel the chassis underneath you. No, I'm not about to start whirling around any hairpin bends. You can feel the responsiveness of the steering. Now, Abarth being Abarth, they wanted to add something a little bit extra to the electric driving experience. This little electric car does have one little trick up its sleeves. Because it's all nice and quiet, but then if you just park it sound generator. And it's not just sound piped through the speakers on the interior, it's a big speaker under the back of the car, so even those outside can enjoy hearing it.